Hey guys, today we're going to talk about making the chassis. So remember, the chassis for a car is the frame of a car. Okay, so some of the material that you want on hand before you even come to the drill press, you want to make sure that you cleared your final drawing with me, you have your materials, and the locker's all cleaned out, and you did your vocabulary. Once you have those things, I'm gonna check you off and I'm gonna give you a long piece of stock like this, and you're going to cut two at 8 inches, right? And you're also going to cut two at about 3 inches. Okay, so our cars are gonna be 8 inches by 4 inches, okay? So when you have this stock and you have two pieces of this and you have the other two pieces at 3 inches, you're pretty much ready to go. So some of the material that you're gonna need 4 nails, okay? So on this case, it says egg car, so that way we don't get mixed up with the bridge nails. All right, so we're gonna take the 4 nails. You're gonna want glue by you, right? So when we assemble the chassis, you're gonna need to put a drop of glue, and I'll show you that in a later video, okay? So I'm gonna go over using the actual drill press. Okay, so here's our drill press here, guys. As you can see, that's the top, that's the bottom, but I want you to focus on here. To turn the drill press on, our on and off switch is right in front. Okay, so some of the safety rules before we even touch the drill press. First, we want to make sure it's plugged in. Okay, we want to make sure it's set and ready for us to be used. And then we also need to make sure that, one, we don't have anything loose hanging, right? Because this is the bit and that spins, and if you have something loose that could possibly get tangled in here, you're gonna put yourself in a lot of danger, okay? So make sure anything loose, jewelry, anything that you don't want to be torn off, ripped, is tucked away, put away, or put somewhere else, okay? So right here, this is our depth gauge. All right, this is how we are going to plunge the actual bit into our piece, okay? On our work table here, there's a black line. When you guys come up, it's going to say egg car chassis, all right? So when you take your 8-inch piece of stock, you're going to line it up inside of this rectangle, okay? Make sure you're nice and flush to this wall here. And what you want to do is you want to make sure that you're actually holding this down very secure, okay? When you're ready, you're going to turn the drill press on. You're going to grab the handle and you're going to plunge all the way down, okay? Make sure you're holding the stock nice and tight, push down against the table. Once you get through, you come back up, okay? I turn it off. I'm gonna just brush away the chips, and now you have a hole for the actual wheel and axle, okay? So now you're gonna do the other side. So same thing. I line it up inside that box. I'm gonna turn the drill press on, and I'm gonna make sure I'm holding it nice and tight and plunging down. Okay, so I get through, I turn it off, and now that's one side complete, okay? All right, so this is going to be the actual assembly of your chassis, okay? So one thing I want to make sure is that, again, you're going to grab 4 nails, so make sure you count them out. Here are my 4 nails. Now I can take this, put it away. I have a glue bottle, and I have a hammer, all right? You should have your 2 pieces at 8 inches, and you should have 2 pieces at about 3 inches, okay? So make sure your holes are on the side, so when I assemble it, right, it's gonna look like this, okay? So your chassis is going to look like this, all right? And if you did it well, you should be able to look through the hole, okay? So you notice how the holes aren't being, they're not covered up by this part, all right? So now I'm gonna start assembling it. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to get the nails started. Okay, so again, I like to put them right between my fingers, and I'm just gonna tap it. And then I'm just gonna put it about more than halfway through. Take the next nail. I'm gonna start this guy. Again, I like to just rest it between my fingers. Alright, so that's good. And I'm just gonna do the other side so it's done. Again, put it between my fingers, tap it, move my fingers, knock this guy in, and then I do the last one, my fourth one. Tap it in. I'm gonna make sure, give that a good. So, as we start this, what I want you to do is, I want you to take a dot of glue, okay? So we're gonna put a dot of glue, not a lot, just a dot, to help secure these. So there's my dot, okay? I'm just gonna leave this sideways so that way the glue comes out a little bit quicker. So I press against here, all right? I put this piece down on the table and I'm gonna finish this, all right? So be careful where your fingers are and really get that in. Okay, so that should be holding that piece together, all right? So now I'm gonna do this side right here. So again, I'm just gonna put a dot of glue. So that's good, right? I'm not making a mess with the glue, so that's what we want to avoid. So I'm gonna place this like this. Right, place that on top. I'm gonna press down. I'm just gonna lightly hold it in place while I nail it in. So that one's nailed. Okay. Ooh. Gotta hit that a little bit harder. So that should be holding. Now I'm just gonna flip it. Okay. Dot of glue. And I'm gonna do these two at the same time. Put a dot over here. Okay, I'm gonna set this on top. Hold it in place as I nail it down. Okay, so your chassis, when it's done, should look like this, okay? Before I start creating something, what you can do is you can now cut a piece of cardboard to this actual size and glue it on top, okay? And if you want to do that to both sides, that's fine. So that way, when we put our actual wheel and axles through, nothing is going to affect the way the wheels turn, okay? So that's pretty much it for creating your chassis and the drill press safety and how to operate that safely. All right, so good luck with your egg cars.